The world has changed. Have you? The pandemic didn't just disrupt our lives, it redefined them. It took away jobs, relationships, opportunities. It crushed businesses, dreams, and for some, even their will to keep going. But listen, the pandemic wasn't just a crisis, it was a wake-up call. Because here's the reality, some people are still stuck in survival mode, but others, they're thriving. They've turned the chaos into clarity, the setbacks into strength, and the uncertainty into opportunity. So today, I want to give you 5 powerful keys that will shift your mindset, supercharge your actions, and help you live your best post-pandemic life. By the end of this, you'll see the world differently, you'll see yourself differently, and you'll understand one powerful truth. Your best life is not behind you, it's ahead of you. The world doesn't slow down for anyone. It doesn't wait for you to catch up. It moves, shifts, evolves. And the people who thrive aren't the ones who resist change. They're the ones who adapt to it. Look around. The pandemic didn't just change life, it rearranged it. Some people lost their jobs while others built businesses. Some froze in fear, waiting for the world to return to normal, while others saw the shift as an opportunity to create something new. Because here's the truth. Survival isn't about strength, it's about adaptability. Take Netflix. Years ago, they were nothing more than a DVD rental service. But they saw what most didn't. The future wasn't in DVDs, it was in streaming. So they pivoted. Meanwhile, Blockbuster laughed. They thought they were too big to fail. They ignored the shift. And what happened? Netflix became a giant. Blockbuster disappeared. The difference? One adapted, one didn't. This applies to everything in life, your career, your business, your mindset. The ones who move with change, who stay flexible, who see opportunities where others see obstacles, they win. But let's get personal. Think about your own life when COVID hit. Did you adapt? Did you find new ways to grow? Or did you wait, hoping things would go back to the way they were? Because let me tell you something, there is no going back. The world moves forward. And if you're not moving with it, you're falling behind. Look at Elon Musk. He didn't build Tesla by following the old rules. He saw where the world was headed, toward electric, toward autonomy, toward innovation, and he moved fast. While traditional car companies hesitated, he dominated because he understood the rule: adapt fast or get left behind. Now, I want you to ask yourself, where in your life are you resisting change? Where are you holding on to old habits, old beliefs, old ways of thinking that no longer serve you? Because here's what I know, if you don't evolve, you become obsolete. The people who win in life don't cling to the past. They reinvent themselves over and over again. They see change as an opportunity, not a threat. They move fast, adjust, learn, and grow. So what's it going to be? Will you adapt or will you get left behind? Because 5 years from now, you'll look back at this moment and realize the choices you make today will define your future. And if you choose to move, to evolve, to grow, you won't just survive, you'll dominate. The future belongs to those who adapt. Are you ready? Let me ask you something. Why do you want things to go back to normal? What was so great about the old version of life that you're chasing it like it's the only option? For most people, normal meant waking up tired, going to a job they didn't love, living paycheck to paycheck, being stuck in routines that drained them. And yet the moment the world changed, they started wishing for that life back. But here's the truth. Normal was never that great to begin with. It was just familiar. And familiarity is dangerous because it makes people comfortable. It keeps them stuck. It tricks them into believing that just because something feels safe, it must be right. But safe doesn't mean fulfilled. Safe doesn't mean happy. Safe doesn't mean alive. The pandemic shook the world. It forced people to stop, to pause, to reflect. And do you know what happened? Millions of people realized they weren't actually living the life they wanted. They were living the life they were told to live. They were stuck in careers that didn't inspire them, stuck in relationships that drained them, stuck in a routine that was more about survival than actual living. And for the first time, they saw the truth. They had the power to change it. You have that same power right now, today. You don't have to go back to the job you hated. You don't have to follow the same old path. You don't have to fit inside the box that society built for you. Because here's what winners understand. Crisis creates opportunity. Look at the people who used this time to build something new. Entrepreneurs who launched businesses when the economy collapsed. Artists who turned their passion into a career. Individuals who walked away from toxic environments and created a new life. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't chase the past, they stepped into the future they wanted. So what's stopping you? Fear, uncertainty, the belief that it's too late? Let me tell you something. The only thing keeping you from a new reality is your refusal to claim it. You don't need permission to reinvent yourself. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to decide. Decide that you're done settling. Decide that you're done living by someone else's script. Decide that your future is in your hands, not the world's, because 5 years from now, you will look back at this moment and realize one of two things. Either you took action and built a new reality, or you wasted time chasing a past that no longer exists. The world has changed. That's a fact. The only question that remains is, will you change with it, or will you be left behind, chasing something that was never meant to last? Your life is yours to create. Stop looking back, start building forward. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. It's that simple. The problem? Most people focus on the wrong things. They focus on the news, the negativity, the problems, the distractions. They wake up and check their phones, filling their minds with drama, fear, and things they can't control. And then they wonder why they feel stuck. Listen to me. Your life is a reflection of what you focus on. If you focus on fear, you'll feel powerless. If you focus on failure, you'll stay afraid to take action. If you focus on what's missing, you'll always feel like you don't have enough. But shift that focus and everything changes. Look at people who succeed despite adversity. They don't have fewer problems than you. They don't have an easier path. The difference, they control their focus. Take someone like Oprah Winfrey. She was born into poverty, faced unimaginable hardship, and could have easily focused on everything that was against her, but she didn't. She focused on growth, on learning, on pushing forward, and because of that, she transformed her life. The same opportunity is in front of you right now. The world has changed. Maybe you lost something. Maybe life knocked you down. Maybe things didn't go the way you planned. But if you stay focused on what's wrong, you'll never create what's right. The human brain is wired to seek problems. It's a survival mechanism. But if you let it control you, you'll always live in reaction mode. Winners don't live in reaction mode. They take control. And the way you do that, you train your focus. Every morning you have a choice. What will you feed your mind? Will you scroll through negativity? Will you replay your failures? Will you focus on things outside your control? Or will you take back your power? Will you start your day with gratitude? Will you focus on your goals? Will you remind yourself that no matter what happens around you, you control what happens inside you? Because here's the truth. Your focus determines your reality. Right now, someone out there with less than you, with harder circumstances than you, is winning. Not because they're lucky, not because life is fair, but because they refuse to waste time focusing on things that drain them. They protect their mind. They feed it with power. They control what they let in. So the question is, will you? Because 5 years from now, your life will be the result of what you choose to focus on today. And if you master your focus, you will master your future. Stop focusing on what's missing. Start focusing on what's possible. And watch how everything shifts. Your relationships will make or break your future, period. The people around you either push you forward or hold you back. There is no in between. But most people don't think about this until it's too late. They assume friendships, partnerships, even family bonds will always be there. Then one day they wake up and realize their circle has changed. The pandemic revealed the truth about relationships. It showed you who truly cared, who checked in, who stayed connected, and who slowly disappeared. Some people lost friends, not because of distance, but because those friendships were never built on real foundations. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't actively strengthen your relationships, you will lose them. Think about this. When was the last time you reached out to someone who matters to you? Not for a favor, not out of obligation, but just to remind them they're important? Because if you don't water a plant, it dies. Relationships work the same way. Now let's talk about quality. Most people hold onto relationships out of comfort, not value. They keep negative, toxic people in their lives because they're afraid of being alone. But let me tell you something. The wrong people will drain you faster than loneliness ever will. Your energy is sacred. Your time is limited. If someone is always bringing negativity, always pulling you down, always doubting you, why are they still in your circle? Look at the most successful people in the world. They don't waste time with toxic relationships. They don't surround themselves with complainers, victims, or people who make excuses. They build a circle that challenges them, that grows with them, that pushes them higher. There's a reason successful people respect each other. They understand one thing most don't. Proximity is power. If you hang around 5 motivated people, you'll be the 6th. If you spend time with 5 lazy people, guess what? You become the 6th. So what's the solution? Be intentional. Start building relationships that elevate you. Find people who inspire you, who challenge you, who bring out your best self. And just as importantly, be that person for others, because the people you invest in today will shape the life you live tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this. Look at your circle. Who do you need to spend more time with? Who do you need to let go of? And most importantly, who do you need to become to attract the right people? Because your relationships are either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Choose wisely. Your health is not a luxury. It's not something you work on later. It's the foundation of everything. Because if you don't have your health, you have nothing. You can have all the money in the world, the best relationships, the biggest career. But if your body is weak, if you're tired all the time, if you're dragging yourself through the day, you are not living, you're just existing. And let's be real, the pandemic didn't just wake people up to financial or career struggles. It exposed something deeper. It showed the world what happens when you take your health for granted. For some, it was a warning. For others, it was too late. But here's the good news. Your body is the most powerful machine ever built. It can heal, it can strengthen, it can transform, but only if you take care of it. Look at the world's top performers, elite athletes, billionaires, leaders. You think they treat their health casually? No. They protect it because they know energy is their greatest asset. And it's not just about looking good. It's about feeling unshakable, having the endurance to chase your goals, the stamina to push through long days, the mental clarity to make powerful decisions. So why do most people neglect it? Because they think they're too busy, too caught up in work and stress in life. But let me ask you this. If you don't make time for your health now, how much time will you lose later? Think about Steve Jobs, one of the greatest innovators in history. He built an empire, changed the world, but in the end, all the money, all the success couldn't buy him more time. You don't want to wait until a crisis forces you to take your health seriously. The time is now. And this isn't about extremes. You don't need to be in the gym 3 hours a day. You don't need to eat like a fitness model. You just need to start treating your body with respect. Move every day. Fuel yourself with real food, not junk that drains your energy. Sleep like it's a priority, not an afterthought. Because if you don't take care of your body, where else are you going to live? You can rebuild your career, you can fix your finances, but once your health is gone, it's gone. So take back control. Make the decision today that you will own your health, not just for yourself, but for the people who need you at your best. Because when you feel unstoppable physically, you become unstoppable in everything else. Your life depends on it. Act like it. Life didn't stop because of the pandemic. You did. Somewhere along the way, you started waiting for things to get better, waiting for the world to return to normal, waiting for someone to give you permission to move forward. But listen to me, waiting is a trap. The longer you wait, the more stuck you become. And if you don't take control of your life right now, you will wake up 5 years from now in the exact same place, wondering where the time went. So let me ask you, how much longer are you willing to wait? Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to knock on your door and hand you a new future. No one is going to build your dreams for you. It's on you. Look around. Some people used this time to level up, to grow, to transform. Others used it as an excuse to shrink, to blame, to retreat into comfort. And now the gap is bigger than ever. Which side are you on? Because right now there are two types of people in the world. Those who make things happen and those who wait for things to happen to them. And the only question that matters is, which one will you be? You have been given a choice, a wake-up call, a moment in history that has forced you to look at your life and ask yourself, is this really what I want? For some of you, the answer is no. And that's okay, because awareness is the first step. But here's the thing, awareness without action is just regret waiting to happen. So what will you do with this moment? Because let me tell you something, the world doesn't owe you anything. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're scared. It doesn't care if life has been unfair. You can sit around listing all the reasons why things are hard, why things didn't work out, why life is complicated. And you know what? You'd probably be right. But let me ask you this. Is being right worth staying stuck? Because I'll tell you this. The most successful people in the world, the ones who rise, the ones who break through, they weren't handed perfect conditions. They didn't wait for everything to be easy. They didn't complain about what they lacked. They decided to take control anyway. Because the truth is, no matter where you are right now, no matter what has happened to you, you have two things that no one can take away from you: your mind and your choices. Your mind is your greatest asset or your greatest enemy. And the way you train it, the way you condition it, the way you program it determines everything. Because every day you have a decision. You can focus on what's missing, or you can focus on what's possible. You can focus on problems, or you can focus on solutions. You can focus on excuses, or you can focus on execution. Let me tell you something. Your focus creates your future. Think about the most successful people you know. The ones who inspire you, the ones who seem to have it all together. You think they don't have challenges? You think they don't face setbacks? Of course they do, but they don't dwell there. They don't sit in the past reliving their failures. They don't waste energy complaining about things they can't change. They use everything as fuel. They take control of their focus, their energy, their actions, and that's why they win. So let me ask you, what are you focusing on right now? Because whatever you focus on, you feel. If you focus on why life is unfair, you will feel powerless. If you focus on why things aren't working, you will feel defeated. But if you shift that focus, if you start training your mind to see opportunity instead of obstacles, if you start focusing on solutions instead of setbacks, you will change everything. And this isn't about pretending things are easy. This isn't about ignoring your struggles. It's about recognizing that no matter how hard things get, you always have a choice. You can let your circumstances define you, or you can decide to rise. You can be a victim of your past, or you can be a creator of your future. And the only thing standing between those two realities is the choice you make right now. So what's it going to be? Because 5 years from now, you will look back at this moment and realize this was either the day you took control or the day you let life pass you by. There is no in between. You either step up or you stay stuck. You either commit or you make excuses. You either take action or you let another year go by wondering why nothing has changed. And if you're waiting for the perfect time, let me tell you something. There is no perfect time. Life is happening right now. Your future is being shaped right now. And every second you spend waiting, doubting, hesitating is a second you will never get back. So I'll ask you one last time, how much longer are you willing to wait? Because the only way to change your life is to take control of it. And the only person who can do that is you. The time is now. The choice is yours. Own your life, or someone else will.